Tired of financial headaches? Are late nights spent balancing books instead of building your business? You need Labora Lee Bookkeeping. We take the stress out of your. Tired of financial headaches? Are late nights spent balancing books instead of building your business? You need Labora Lee Bookkeeping. We take the stress out of your finances. Labora Lee Bookkeeping offers expert solutions for all your needs: precise bookkeeping, efficient payroll, and comprehensive tax preparation. We empower small businesses with accurate financial insights, helping them make smart decisions and achieve greater profitability. Stop stressing and start succeeding. Contact Laborally Bookkeeping today for a free financial assessment. That's Laborally Bookkeeping. Get back to business.
What if the background music in your business could do more than just fill silence? What if it could actually increase sales, build customer loyalty, and define your brand? Our mission is simple: to help businesses like yours succeed by harnessing the strategic power of sound. We believe the right music can be a game changer, and we're going to prove it.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this video and on the Ambitiously the Podcast YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect the opinion of our and Ambitiously the Podcast YouTube channel. All topics are for entertainment purposes only. TVMA, viewer discretion is advised. All commentary is alleged.
Hey, hi, hi. Welcome back, or welcome to the show. It is me, your girl, Labora Lee, aka Cat Lee, and you have now tuned in to Ambitiously the Podcast. Oh yeah, today is a fun one. It should be rather interesting because today of life. Um, of course, I'm your host, Laborley, aka Cat Lee, for, for those that know me. And today, eventually, I will be joined. Hold on, let me see. Oh, we gotta go. Okay, thank you, Doc. Speaking of the Docster, today I will be joined by my wonderful co-host, Doc. He's the man. Oh, he coming in the building now. I see you, boo. I see you. We have much to discuss. Um, because we're getting right into the thick of things, the thick of it, where we're discussing the most challenging geometry, which is love triangles, the inevitable um, gravitational pull of the double back, and knowing definitely when your relationship is over. We're going to talk about all of that in a minute, but there's a few things I need to say before we get to that. Yeah, a few things I need to say. Like join the conversation. You could do that by calling the number 443-551-5963, 443-551-5963. And you can also shoot us a text message on the same number, or you can drop a comment. You drop a comment, you send a text message, I'll read it live on air. And if you drop a comment, it'll be on the screen. If you call in, I will be taking your call live on air. Everybody will hear you, so be mindful of what you speak. Be mindful of what you speak. Listen, I tell y'all all the time. I'm gonna tell you, and we in there. We're gonna talk about it. But if just in case you need a little nudge, just in case you need a little nudge, hit us up. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Oh no, that's not cute. Or you can hit us up at ambitiously the podcast at gmail.com. Ambitiously the podcast at gmail.com. Yeah. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com, www.ambitiouslyent.com, and join our coffee community. While you're over there, by the way, I got a feeling like by the conversation we're going to have today, you're going to understand why I want you to go over there, but I'll tell you more about that later. Uh, Listen, it's always going to be on the screen. We always need your support. We do. I'm not going to lie to you. We do this because of the support that we get. But I'm going to tell you this. It is greatly appreciated if you don't mind. Just hit that like button. It's the free way to support this show. Now that I've gotten all those things out of the way. Yes, Dot. Dot, you ready, babe? Okay. I'm about to bring my wonderful co host in the building. Yeah, Dot.
Yeah, cat.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
No, I ain't doing right. Oh, yeah.
Oh Lord.
I ain't doing right. I ain't doing right. I had
Okay.
to do it the right way. Um, this is a fun and interesting evening because one, we have not gotten to do a wet and wired in a while
Mhm.
because of the things that have been going on with all these
Hmm, hmm.
crazy people out here with these court cases.
Crazy, 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 crazy people.
Then life happenstances have happened, so things got a little chaotic around these parts. But we are back with another Wet and Wired Wednesday. How do you feel about it?
So I'm excited. These are always fun because they're interesting and the perspectives
Mm-hmm.
they are there and the understanding and just the dynamic of the conversations. They flow, they twist, they turn. There's some things that just are immovable. There's some things that just probably are not fully understood on both sides. But they're
Mm,
one of the funner conversations for me, in my opinion.
okay. I can get with
Less
that.
facts, more emotions, I guess you could say. Because when you read a
Yeah,
court case, that's facts.
I know, and that's the whole thing. I think that's why I like to try to get them in because it's more emotions. Like you can feel how people really feel when we do these kind of shows versus when we do the court cases. It is like, nah, we got to stick to the facts.
Mhm.
We got to stick to the facts.
Facts. FACT.
Dot. Oh,
All facts,
sorry.
no cap.
I'll be on my Sherlock Holmes. I apologize.
No, that's a good
Um,
thing. It keeps everything honest.
I need the hat and the mag. I need to. Yeah, I need to look like a sleuth sometimes. But anyway, or I could just find my glasses and that'll be that. But
That would
that's a
be the
conversation
thing to
for
do.
another day.
The
I think
forever
I
missing
found
glasses.
them today because I was doing homework, so I definitely found them today.
Okay.
Now,
Good,
if I
good,
find
good.
them tomorrow, is another whole another story.
Okay.
But anyway, um, it is wet and it's wet and wire, and we have some conversations. These things came to my mind for a multitude of reasons. Um, a multitude things I've experienced, things that I may be experiencing right now, not sure, or maybe a thing that I just don't want to experience, and I'm just like, all right,
Okay.
um, type of situation. So that's how I came through these three conversations to have. Listen, my lord. All right, let me take this down because it's going to distract me, and I don't like it.
Salute to the
Or at
monocle.
least,
Salute to the monocle.
let me take these off of here. That can hang. I don't really care about that too much. But anyway, but I ain't want my headphones to go.
Yeah.
Listen, headphones is not cheap these days. But anyway, so we're gonna start off with the ultimate geometry problem, which is the love triangle.
Hmm.
Who child the love triangle? So Doc, I'm gonna set the stage for you a little bit, right?
Okay, I'm listening.
You're a person in the middle of the triangle, right?
Hmm.
Are you trying to manage feelings for two people, or what's the biggest sin a person commits? And then the one thing you absolutely cannot go back from, you come back from putting yourself in the middle of the triangle.
So putting yourself in the middle of the triangle is a thing because that means I'm the person that have chosen two women that I'm trying to manage and deal with.
Uh-huh.
Right then and there, if I'm doing it for the selfishness of myself, then I'm thinking that I can manage, handle, and provide equal treatment, equal affection, equal time to both of these women. That is a thing that doing it in secrecy is going to make it just that much harder to accomplish.
It is. It is.
Now, you're asking, do you manage, what did you say? Do you manage the feelings
So
or
putting yourself in, we've gotten past the putting yourself in the middle. Now, are you trying to manage the feelings of two people? Like,
and
or are you honest? It's just like, listen, I'm saying both of you.
y'all don't know what other word you about to use at the end. Me
Cheap
personally, I'm
out.
more chicas. All right, chicas. So, me personally, I would play the card as in I'm trying to be honest and trying to say I'm seeing both of you chicas. The problem, and this is just me
Uh-huh.
being a man that I would assume, and it's gonna sound harsh. I do
Right.
believe that women are selfish. So it's like unless this one person is playing her role, then it's not going to work because you can't manage two feelings at the same time.
Right.
No, Brock is hilarious. Go ahead, man.
I was trying not to say nothing, but
But
he give me a hard time sometimes. But go ahead.
yeah, but honesty will be the best policy. The only problem is that when somebody wants something and they want it for themselves, it's never going to be played out proper because the time that you are away from them and you're with the other person, even if they are aware, I think just the human condition is going to make you think maybe they're getting something more than I'm getting. Maybe that person is enjoying that other person more than they're enjoying me. And it's only going to be a while before either they're going to want to say, I want you to myself and no one else, or they're just going to try to create their own triangle on the other end. And then you, particularly as a man, you got to have to deal with that if that's the case.
All right. So what's the biggest sin that person commits in being in that love triangle? That person, the person in the middle.
The biggest sin is not being truthful, not being honest.
Okay, I like that. Um, and what's the one thing you absolutely cannot come back from?
Me is the person in the middle.
Yeah.
As a man, if you like, if she found some other dude, I'm just, I'm being for real.
Okay, and I like that honesty because one, I can agree that last statement you made. Keep that as a note for a second because now I can bring my personal into it as well. But yeah, I think the biggest sin that they could commit is cowardness disguised as kindness. You feel me? Like instead of I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to. So that's why I'm not. You you're trying to make it. You're gaslighting me. You're breadcrumbing me. You're telling me that you didn't give me the. But you're really showing your true colors and what you really are because you're taking away my freedom to say whether or not that's something that I want to be a part of.
No, I agree.
Um,
That's true.
so I would say cowardice disguised as kindness, because
And
you're walking as a wolf in sheep's clothing at that point. You feel me?
yeah,
Um,
they're giving you a false statement to comfort your feelings, but you still want your option of.
right. And here's the other thing: they're often so focused on not making a decision, on keeping both options warm, that they forget that they're actively disrespecting the time and emotion invested within two people, like the two other people that's involved in the situation.
Mhm.
The minute you realize that you're in discussion, or your indecisiveness, you're using it as a shield, um, when you should just cut the cord. Like, just let it go. Let it go. Um, so it's craziness. But one thing I can say is this: the person who thinks that they're winning, the one person being chosen, and I told you it was a thought I wanted you to hold, often gets the rawest deal. And I'm gonna say this: they're celebrating a victory that's won through manipulation and indecision. The biggest advice to the person in the middle is the two people in your life represent two different things that you lack internally. And that you have to stop dating them and start dating yourself to figure out why you need two people to feel complete. That's really the honest to goodness truth. There was a thing that you said though, and I think it was the one thing you absolutely cannot come back from. I think that was the last
As
thing
a
that
man,
I asked you.
as a man, if I was in that situation, the one thing I couldn't come back from is knowing that the other woman decided that I don't want to do this because now what's happened because of places what you were saying, the manipulation or whatever that was being attempted to made by me in the middle is
Right,
now no longer valid because now she retained or regained her options back. And if I
mm,
can't control that option, then that's the part that leaves me like, well, damn, I'm not, like you said, winning through manipulation or anything anymore.
right. Mm. And I said I wanted to come back to that because you was like, now I'm thinking like, what if she get another man?
Hmm.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. Although, now I got to get my personal experience. Right, was in a situation I didn't know I was a part of a triangle, but apparently I was. Okay, and that happens a lot within life, right? But I was a part of a triangle that I did not know I was a part of. Let's just say that. Um, Again, the winning and the victory that the person thought that they got is not what they actually got. You feel me? But I digress because a whole bunch of crazy stuff happened behind that situation. But now that we are no longer in that situation, we are no longer in that relationship anymore. Now we are at the point of what if she get another man? But The problem in it is in that situation itself is that I'm no longer your woman or an option to be your woman. We cool, we cordial because I am a Libra. I could be cool and cordial with people, but you gotta remember always that the me that I gave you in the beginning is not the me you're gonna get if I decide to come back. And if I decide, which is the segue to this next person, this next section, but if I decide to come back, that does not mean I'm going to give you like everything you expected. Don't expect it. Expect the unexpected. Now
Ex-
you might get on my nerves a little bit more, or now you know what I mean. Like now it doesn't look the same as when I was because I love so hard. If you take my kindness for granted, it's not you're not gonna like the me that you get the second time around. So that brings us to the next segue, which is the double back. Is the sequel a mistake? Is it a sequel or is it a mistake?
Is it a
Um,
sequel or a mistake?
yeah, it's a question. Is it a sequel like Star Wars has sequels? Great ones, by the way, might I add. But that's just my own personal opinion. I obviously love Star Wars. But is it a sequel or is it a mistake? So let me dive into this. So um, we're gonna jump from we're gonna pivot from the triangle to the boomerang, which is the double back. So I'm gonna pose another scenario for you. That X comes strolling back in your DMs or your text messages or however they choose to communicate. Suddenly changed and ready and misses you so much. Give me a no holds barred truth. Is the double back ever worth it? Is it worth the risk? Are you doing this? Are you going with this? What do we got? What do you got?
I would say I've been in situations similar to this where I went back or somebody came back.
Mm,
Um, and my big age, I do understand that sometimes throughout time people change for
right,
the good, for the better, for the worst, or just because they just realize that, hey, what I thought was this isn't that. But like you said earlier, once it's back to the same thing, or once it's back for the sequel, I'm no longer the same person that I was when I was with you because I've learned so much more about who they are now. And I
right,
would assume that now they've learned so much more about me.
right.
So in the beginning, if I was to double back, I would just call it a sequel until something
Okay,
else happens again, because either you may have gotten better, but I may have gotten worse. So then it could end up being a bad idea. But in the
right.
beginning, I would just say it would just be just a sequel. Because throughout
Okay,
the growth, the change, the separation, the understanding, it's either that person is still playing their game, or you're still playing your game, or y'all have learned from it and y'all are to a better understanding. But that doesn't mean you're going to be the same people y'all were when it was the first, connection, the first vibe, and all that good shit.
right, right, right. Now I'm going to tell you when it comes to this particular subject, I teeter. I teeter, but and I am a Libra, so that means I am the scale. So that always plays a portion in everything that I do in life. But I teeter, and I say that there is a rare occasion that I double back, and I'm going to give an example of one right now. And then I'm going to tell you my other example of why I say I can't double back. You feel me?
Okay.
Why it could be a mistake in my opinion. Now, in the rare occasion, it has to be like somebody like maybe I dated when I was a kid. You feel me? Like I'm gonna use my life for example. Like I was 16 and that person would may have been like 17, 18 ish. You feel me? We're kids.
Hmm.
We have no idea. No, can I cuss now?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. You have. Oh yeah.
Oh Lord,
Um,
no.
but you have no fucking clue what life is yet. You have not experienced too much of shit yet,
Mhm.
right? So now y'all come across each other 30 years later. Y'all different, way different people than you were when you were children, right? So that would be like one of the rare occasions. But how often that you gonna want to double back to somebody that maybe you dated back in the day? Isn't, for me, it's a rare thing. Now, have I been friends with the person for a long time? I could probably do that, but like me being like, oh, you know what? Now, that's not to say it can't happen, because it has happened to me. You feel me? Where we were children and then we met in our adult life, and the adult life was pretty dope. You feel me? Um, Together, but that's a rare occasion. That's not gonna happen all the time. You feel me? Like, oh, I ain't seen you in years. How you doing? Hey, let's kick it. See, you know what I mean? That's a rare occasion. Um, it can happen, but it's very rare. Now, then you have the people that, this is why I say I teeter. Then you have the situations where you're grown, they're grown, we're all grown. They do something to fuck up the situation, and now they want to double back. You feel me? And the problem that I have with this side of the situation is that you are grown at this big grown age that I am. Yes, I'm a 46-year-old woman. No, I do not feel like playing all them little kid ass games that I played with niggas in my 20s and early, I mean, in late teens. I don't want to play 20-year-old games. I'm a grown woman. If anything, I want something that's stable.
Mhm.
And because I'm a long relationship kind of girl, you can't bring them type of vibes to my, you know what I mean, that type of energy to my humble abode. You can't bring them games and stuff like that. So if you're going to do that at this big grown age, which is fuck up our situation, however you fucked it up, and we not together no more, that's just probably what it is, sir. And that don't mean that I ain't gonna speak to you. That don't mean that I might even be having a night. Well, not these days, but I might even be having a night where I'm having a dry spell, and I just thought I'd holler at you and say what's up, and then we kick it, whatever. That don't mean I want to be back in that situation, because whatever the issues that we had before you dipped or you did whatever it is that you had to do, and why we not together no more, they're still there. We haven't addressed them. We haven't had a decent discussion about it. All we know is that we miss each other's presence. But whatever the issues were that made you decide that this is not the place that you wanted to be, those issues are still there. Am I going to let you do the revolving door thing? No, I'm not. You made a decision. I am not what you want, and that's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm sorry, my camera off. I'm cool with that. Like, you don't have to be anywhere that you don't want to be. Be where it is that you want to be, but don't play with me. So that's why I said I'm teetering on this thing, because on one hand it could be that rare, like 9 times out of 10, the double back is a mistake, right? The
That's
10 is that rare occasion where you, oh dang, I ain't seen you in forever. Like, oh, let's re get to know each other, and then y'all rekindle, and it is some fantastic and great shit. It's a rare chance.
Let me ask this real quick.
Uh huh.
Are you basing it off the super younger relationship status when you like in the teens, the 20s, or has it moved on to where no, I see that this person they may have knew they messed up then or
Right.
knew
No,
they was too
I'm
young
not
then?
basing nothing off of when we was in our teens, because remember I
Okay.
said when you in your teens you don't know shit.
Yeah. Okay. So it has nothing to do with that.
yeah, that's why it's a rare case. Like we was kids, so that might be the possibility. But in our adults, if you're gonna continue to play that same game as if you are in your teens,
Yeah, that's the
you
bad
can't
part.
come back to here. Like, and it's not gonna be what you think it's gonna be. It's gonna be everything the opposite because now I don't trust you. Now I don't feel safe. Now I
Yeah,
don't feel like this is a place where I could build a foundation and have some stability, which is really what I want at the end of the day anyway.
yeah, that would be the bad one because you know this person has already had the ability to eliminate your options, your choices with their deceitfulness, and
Crush
that
your
would always play.
soul, treat you like you didn't even matter, all of that good shit.
Yeah, so that would play a part in if somebody comes back around, they're saying, "Hey, let's try this again," and everything. But they have to respect and understand that they've already chipped away at something that is a key part in how you're going to look at everything going forward. That doesn't. That's a real thing.
That's a real thing, and I don't think that people get so wrapped up in their own emotions and how they feel about things and how maybe they saw things was gonna be or look, and then get popped and then found out and I'm all adding this. All this is part of the try. We went from the triangle to this part, the double back, right?
Yeah.
All applying to my life as we know it, right? So, in the me of today, no, I'm not really big on the double back. Like I would have to really like see the change, and I
Hmm.
mean I gotta feel it. I can't just hear it like, oh no, I'm gonna do that. I can't. None of. I gotta see, and I'm gonna be honest with you. People who like, I'm not gonna be sitting in it and just being like, all right, I hope that this is gonna be different than the first time. I can't. I can't live in that. And I tell people all the time, one thing about me is once I get tired of some shit, I disappear. I disappear in plain sight. I could be living on the street that you travel every day and you would not even know I was there. That's how good I am. So, um, mm, it's best to just like if I do because I don't call me smashing and passing a double back. I just call it I was a draw night. I ain't had nothing better to do. I hit you out. What's up? We handled our business. You feel me? But that don't again. That does not mean we back into our relationship or whatever the thing was, because obviously it wasn't a relationship for you because you did what you did. Where we not there no more. But
But I got an angle for that too, though. The
what?
one thing that I would say, I know I would feel this way as a man. If we are still doing the do on a dry night or whatever, I would assume, which is horrible, but if we are still getting a dry night on, that means I still have access. Still have access means I still potentially have potential. Having potential
No,
means
because I'm an
you,
honest individual, and anybody that I've ever done that with, I made it very clear. Now you have access right now because I want you to have access.
but
That
even
don't
in
mean
that
you got
mind,
access tomorrow. That don't mean you got access the day after. You got access right now because I'm fucking having a dry night. I'm very brutal. I'm brutally honest, and
and
so these are not things that are expected. But I will give this. I'm not saying that I'm doing that right now because I'm not. I'm a good girl right now. I have no reason at all to be having a dry night right now. Right. But in the moments that I did, one thing that I made it very clear, the one thing that that individual couldn't do for me is the thing I did for him, which is let him know what kind of person I am after my heart is broken.
mhm,
And because I had a smashing I had a situationship with the person prior to us getting into the relationship. He already knew how I got down on that tip. You feel me? Like I could. Okay, I gotta give y'all some. I can easily remove the emotions from a sexual experience, if that's
Okay.
the best way I could describe it. Like, not always when I'm having an intimate experience is it. Now I'm a woman, so I care about who I'm having these experiences with. You know, I'm not just running out and having random experiences. But if, and especially in this situation, if somebody broke my heart and then we broke up, we no longer together. But later on down the line, I'm forgiven enough to speak to you again, and I decide, all right, well, I ain't really doing nothing because I don't really be doing too much, but I ain't really saying nobody. You can do that. But with the understanding, when we do that, that I'm saying to you that that does not mean I can't get nobody else. That does not mean that I'm not gonna get somebody else. That just means you around for the moments that I want. I'll let you be around. But when that person comes along, because I ain't getting a nigga, I'm getting a man. When my man comes along, then that's who I'm rocking with, and that's the only person I'm rocking with. And they know it's true because that's how I was with them. How they
That,
feel about the situation,
that's
how they feel about it is not my problem. But you're no longer there because he is here, and this is his,
but
and
that's the
I'm
catch.
giving all my all to him, and so you don't get to be a part of that. You feel me?
But
But
that kinda is the catch though, because until that happens, that is still the person that still can say in their mind, "I'm
if
here now
I
though."
decide, not if they can say in their mind, they can't say shit because if I don't open the door, they not coming in. They
But if
don't
it
make that
happens,
decision. I make the decision.
true, you
And
make the
when it
decision, but you
happens, I'm going to let them know with no problem. You can't have it because it's his.
okay,
So there's
but
no
the point that I'm trying
confusion.
to you, because you laid it out, boom, boom, boom.
Nah, I've laid it out and I'm saying it. So to you
But
either, because you're no longer
but
welcome here.
but that's the thing that I think is getting missed. You can say directly, boom, boom, put it in the contract, give it to them, have them sign it. Basically, to them, it went in one ear, out the other, because they said, like, "I'm here every once in a while, though, until."
And then when they're not, then what?
But that's the brutal part that would have to happen for them to be like, "Damn, I was
Fuck
just
them. They
I was
broke my
there."
heart. This is why they trying to double back now. Why do I give a fuck about how they feel?
And
They
you
didn't give a
probably
fuck
don't,
about how they felt when they did me, how they did me.
but
I'm
they
supposed to
would
have compassion and empathy for them. Fuck no. Give a
no, you
fuck
don't
about
have
none
to.
of that. Fuck how they feel.
But it's but the problem is that even the words that will come directly out of your mouth, directly to their face, to you can be talking like this close to tell them you are on. There's going to be pieces that they're not going to hear because their mind may
And
not just
that's
want to hear it.
fine, but they gonna feel when I do what the fuck it is that I do.
So that would be 100% statement, and that would be fair because then I think when that happens, that will be the moment in time when they're like, "Oh damn, I didn't really listen to what she was telling me."
And that was your fault. You should have listened. You very much should have listened. You should to listen to anything that I say. It's when I stop talking that's the problem. Listen, hear me. Hear me well. If I do not want you around, it's nothing you could do about it. You're not coming in. I don't give a fuck how much you call me, text me. I don't want you there. You're not there. You don't even exist in my world anymore.
And I think they would still be trying to try
They
because
do. But the same thing I'm telling you right now is the thing that happens.
I would
So
believe it. Because if you was telling, look, if you telling me, I'm like, all right, well, I'm here now until I'm really not there anymore, and you really close the door, lock it, and throw away the key. I'm, and this is more of, I guess, more of like a kind of a male way of thinking,
and
and
I
not
think
too.
men do be thinking they win because of that, but you're not winning. You fucking idiot. You're not winning, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because now the ball is in my court, and now I get to make the decision of when it begins and when it ends. And because I'm detaching myself from the emotional standpoint of it, I'm not going to feel empathy. I'm not going to feel sympathy. And while you think you got it, you got nothing because I'm not even really here. I'm just here until I don't feel like being here anymore.
I I would say too with that, a lot of males, even me included, would think different because the majority of if you had an ex girlfriend and if she's still trying to come around, that still plays. And oh, maybe
Nah,
she's
I'm not
having
trying to
maybe
come
she's
around them. They trying to come around me, which is the ultimate difference. I'm not
but
I'm not calling them like come see me. Nah, they calling
but
me. Can I come see you?
it's
I want
it's
to see
it's
your face, please. I miss you so much. Same
but
shit you said when we was together, only you was missing her too. What the fuck are we talking about?
this is gonna tell me something clear. As a woman, you don't find that kind of cute.
No,
All right, so that explains a lot. Then, all right, I get it now. You do
no.
have that way that a dude would do it if he was on the other end of my feelings are not attached to this. I'm just here for what the good time, not the long time. It's kind of the same thing, but I think as a guy, I would
But you
assume
had
that
to
women,
already crush my heart in a million pieces for me to get there. You feel
yeah,
me?
but
It
as
takes
a
a lot for me to be there. Like, all right, you feel me?
but I would say this: I'm a person. This is me younger. If I broke a girl's heart, I always assume I could just fix it again. I ain't gonna lie.
But now we grown.
And that changes a lot. That changes a whole bunch.
Fuck what we did when we was kids. That don't even matter no more. That's why I said there's a rare chance that you could run into somebody that you ain't seen in forever. Y'all was kids when y'all dated. Y'all broke up. Perhaps don't know the real reason why y'all broke up. Don't even know because y'all was kids. Then y'all grew
But
up, seen each other 30 years later, and was like, oh, hey, let's get to know each other. And then y'all get to know each other now. And then now y'all like who both of each other, who each other's become. That's a rare, rare chance that that happens.
I can agree with that.
But if it could happen, that's that 1% of that 9 out of 10 that I just said. The 1%. But to be honest, you still gonna get the same shit. You haven't resolved the issues.
Well,
You haven't resolved anything. It's gonna be the same shit over and over again until you understand you make a decision. And I'm glad I took notes the way I wanted to be at tonight because I don't like to be too far off. You gotta make a decision about what's happening in your life, which is, are you comfortable with the person? Are you just comfortable with them, or are you convinced that the change can really happen within that person? Like,
mm,
comfort is the enemy of growth. You feel me? You get
thanks.
comfortable, you allow a lot of bullshit that you shouldn't allow. If you go back to comfort, you're sentencing yourself to the exact same future you just ran away from. You feel me?
True.
So you have to make the decision whether or not it's comfort or you're convinced that this person can actually be a better person
And
than what the fuck they was when you got them.
the key part in that too, in my opinion, is that if y'all are that grown, then that should be a conversation that should be had. So we are done with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
game.
yeah. But not everybody is that grown, and
Then
that's
that
the
means they're not
problem.
ready for what you're
This is
asking
why
for.
we having this conversation right now to maybe let some people know about being grown ups. If you grown, you can have a conversation. If you act childish, you can't. And I know a lot of childish acting individuals out there that you be and if they act childish, then here's what happens then, especially for me. They had their little temper tantrum, and now I'm looking at you like, all right, yeah, I'm not about to do all that with you. I don't do too much argue. I might debate a little bit, but I'm not about to argue with you, especially if you're not mine, not my man. And I'm not even really arguing with my man too much. We going to figure out a way to deal with that situation because I don't really want to argue with nobody. So you can have that conversation with some people. Then there's some people who do not know how to communicate whatsoever, and therefore you talking to them and there goes the in one ear out the other, but they not understanding what it is that you need. And so then that brings us to the next situation.
And
is when it's over, the defining moment.
I wanted to say one thing before we move to the exact next, because you brought up something that's true. The
Come
whole
on.
comfort thing. The thing about the comfort part is if I was winning in whatever way that I operate with any significant other, if I was able to, do whatever to her, she comes back, we circle the block, come back, whatever it is. The comfort is that I don't have to change anything about myself because it has appeared to be working, even when I went from 20 to 30
But
to
we not
40.
talking about as the person who is doubling back. We talking about as the person who is being doubled back too.
And that's,
So if that person fucked up
yes.
the relationship and now they trying to
Mhm,
come back because they realized what they had was the best and what they
mhm,
went to was some bullshit, and now they coming trying to come back. The person who is the person being came back to, the question that they should ask themselves
mhm,
is are they comfortable or are they convinced that this individual can change and things could be different? Not
yeah.
the person who's doing the doubling back. Who gives a fuck about them?
Because there's a relationship, it's two people involved outside of the
It
triangle.
is, but they fucked it up already.
But that's the part I'm trying to say. They may fucked it up, but in their mind, that's a comfort cycle for them. Because think about this:
And
you don't
that's
know how many.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. But fuck them. Why are we? I'm talking to the person who is being double back too.
Yes, and the thing, because you have to realize that if it's two people trying to come back together or get to respark something, that other person who's trying to do the doubling back, their life may have been covered because you don't know how many other relationships, unless y'all have a conversation
And
about
you
it,
don't
that
know
they've
what
done this.
exactly what problems go into all of that. You don't know what their psychological damage is, if they got
Mhm.
mommy issues, if they got daddy
Exactly.
issues. You don't know if their like their upbringing is why they have these trust issues. Which I had this conversation with someone earlier today, and he made a very valid point, which was because I test these conversations out before I even bring them to the show, but his point was like you don't know what they a lot of people do shit because they have trust issues and
Yes.
then they wind up fucking out what is good and then they realize that it's good and they try to double back, which I get that part. I get that part. Now have I have been that person who was doing the doubling back like I'm trying to double back? No. But I've always been the receiver of the double backings. Somebody always going double back because they realize the type of individual that I am. And it's not of a more salacious manner, although that plays a part. But um, it's because I'm just in general a good person. You feel me? I try to be good to all of those that, and like, that's not saying we not going to have our little, you know, conflict. We going to have our disagreement, but I generally try to be good to everybody that I come across because I want them to be good to me too. You feel me? I
Definitely.
want the reciprocation. But if at some point in time that I stop feeling reciprocation or I'm not feeling reciprocated, you know, like I'm going to leave the situation and therefore I'm not, and especially let me specify. Especially at this big grown ass age. Who
Okay.
the fuck wants to play? I don't give a fuck about your feelings at this point. You break my heart. Fuck you. And even if I give you some cools, that don't mean shit. That mean I just wanted to get wet.
All right. So you have a hard line on these things. I hear what you're saying. It's just that I'm aware, and I'm covering majority of the men in my life that I've known. They would look over that, or it's
I
easy to look
bet they'd
over it.
take the cools. Who wouldn't?
Duh, duh. All right, cool. We on the same page. Yeah,
Who
like
wouldn't? I think like a nigga, so yeah, who wouldn't?
and that will be the conflict with that because they thinking if I fucked it up once, I could fix it
But
and
that
make it
don't mean that I want to be with you. That don't mean shit. That mean I was horny, you was horny, we linked up, we got our nut, you got the fuck out, I went to sleep, and I had a very nice day the next day.
and
And
they'll
I
be like,
told you because
we
I
just
knew you had the good wood.
and I'll be like, well, I'll just wait until it comes back around again, like a full moon or
And
whatever.
then
That's
sometimes you'll be waiting for a lifetime. I've done that.
if
I've
it
actually done that. I've had somebody that I was smashing, got tired of. Well, actually, I was saying somebody else because if I'm just because I'm smashed, you don't mean that you the only person. You the only picker. When I make the commitment,
Mhm.
when I say that I'm yours, you mine, you who I want to be with, this is what it is. That's when you know it's real. But all that other shit, that shit don't mean shit.
It
That
does.
shit don't mean now. I can't speak for other women. I can only speak for myself.
And
Unless I say I'm your woman, I'm not your fucking woman. And don't you get ever in your motherfucking life get too fucking comfortable. Ever. So while you waiting on that phone call, you might be waiting a long ass time. I've done that. Been
okay,
there, done that. It's nothing. I don't give a fuck that you feel like it could be something because I've already told you that it's not. But if you choose not to listen, then that's your dumbass fault, not mine. And I'm not going to be held responsible for you making poor decisions in life. Like
sure.
listening to the shit that I'm saying out of my mouth. It's not my responsibility. It's yours to listen. If you choose not to, that is on you. But when I'm with my man, and that's the only man that I want to be with. That's the apple of my eye. That's my sweet burning desire. I'm thinking about him from the time I get up to the time I go to fucking bed. I'm thinking about him when I'm asleep.
Okay.
I'm thinking about him just in general. I'm not thinking about you. And us, me giving you some clues don't mean that you're a thought in my head. It's just that particular night you hit me, you caught me on a good night. I was like, all right, cool. And that's what happened. I'm not hitting you though, because I don't do that. I'm not going, I'm going to tell you all the hookups I've had, which is a couple, not many, since I've been broken up out of that last relationship. It wasn't me hitting them, it was them hitting me. Even down to that last relationship where I said, did she really win? Because the double back is real. I didn't necessarily initiate that. He did. So it's not me, it's them. So they're not going to be waiting for me to call. They call me and they ask me. And if you call and you ask and I got a man, it's just not happening.
And that would be the real reality that what you said to them that they didn't listen to is a real thing then. Because
But
like I
I'm
said,
honest about my shit. I'm giving you the one thing you couldn't give me.
yeah,
So that's what it is. But let's get down to the nitty gritty of when it's over and the defining moment. So it's time we wrap this up. Because yeah, I got some love I gotta get. But when it's truly over. The moment when the lights go out, there's nothing else to see here. You just know the relationship is dead. What's the quite definitive sign that the curtain needs to close for you?
for me personally, it's twofold. The one side is when I don't feel like I'm getting what I needed from this relationship, and I've told her what I needed and what I wanted, and tried to have a discussion. And the other
Right,
side is when I realize that I don't want to be the honor thing to her anymore. I don't want to do the things for her because I feel she's special anymore.
right,
I'm not doing the gentleman chivalry stuff because I don't care anymore. It's no point because whatever
right,
has happened, you make me feel like even me doing this stuff is not worth it, and even me trying to do the adult thing and have a conversation about it is falling on deaf ears. That's
right.
when I know it's like, what's the point now? There's no point.
Yeah. I generally tell people like it's not big. It's not like some flashy sign to be like it's over. It's over. Um, it's like you said, the loss of effort to connect on
Key.
both sides, not just on both sides. When you stop caring about how your partner's day was, when you stop feeling that anxiety when they sing distance, like you just like, what's wrong, when you stop caring about that, which I've been there, like, what's wrong, and then one day I was like, fuck what's wrong, I don't even give a shit no more. You feel me? Because those are the size of cat, either I really really care or I really really don't give a shit. um when the arguments stop, well, I don't really do arguments, but you have your little spats. And if you really, like, when they stop because you don't even have the energy to fight anymore for the relationship, type of situation, like you not putting in the effort, the indifference. And indifference is the true emotional death of a partnership. Like you just can't see eye to eye. Um, Indifference is cold. You feel me? You just It's cold. Like design is about the future though. When I am not including you into my major life plans anymore. You feel me? Um you mentally plan major, like for example, you mentally plan like major vacations. You want to go to this spot. But when you make the plan, you planning to go with your friends instead of your spouse. That's like a telltale sign. You think about making a career move that could impact you and your partner, but it don't even register that you gotta think about that person while you making this decision. Um, when your mental image of the future is completely like a single player game,
Yeah.
um, you're not even thinking about how they could be a part of it. Um, it's over.
When you become the second or last thought,
It's over.
that's when it is done, because there's no, like you said, there's no future building, there's no world building, there's no
Mhm.
together building, there's no building. It's just that person's there, this person's here. What are we doing? And if you can't even get past what are we doing anymore, because it's indifference, it's cold, it's
Yeah,
flat, hard steel, flat, hard concrete, just
yeah,
nothing barren. Then yeah, you know it's over.
yeah. And you've already made your decision. You just haven't said the words yet. That's
Facts.
when you know it's over. Um, like you've already made the decision. Why even? So whether you navigating a love triangle, fighting temptation of the double back, or trying to find the strength to admit it's over, remember to be ambitiously honest with yourself and with your partner or partners. I don't know what the situation you got going on. Um, but that's the only way you can really, like, that's the only way that you could really earn the love that you deserve, with that honesty. It goes so far. And while you thinking that you playing this game and you getting everything that you want, you really not, because you're being dishonest and cowardly. So that's that. Um, that's how I feel about that.
That's true.
Okay, I just wanted to have the conversation because somewhere in my
Check the cam right quick. Check the cam right quick. Oh, I said check the cam. I was so low. I was so low. I didn't know if you meant to do that, but you were talking. No, I hear you. I'm soloed on the cam right now.
I don't
Oh, there we
know. Yeah, I don't know what happened. That's what I was like. Can you still hear me? Because that was crazy. But anyway, like, I'm at this point in time in my life where I want to go on vacations and, have cute dates and erotic nights but
Grown
with
folk
one
business.
person. I don't want to do that with a whole bunch of people. And I don't want the person that I'm trying to do all of that with to be trying to do that with a lot of people. Like,
Yeah.
I want somebody that I could build with at this point in time in my life. Like, I want to build empires. And we cannot do that if you are not focused because you are everywhere. You know, you're not in one place. Like, how can you do that?
When you're
Um,
everywhere, how solidly are you here where the person that wants you to be?
exactly. So I think my experience, and although I'm still learning things, and I'm not walking out anybody's wedding aisle no time. If I ever walk down the aisle again, I don't know, but I just know that when looking at this point in time in my life, I see and I pay attention to the red flags, and some of them are very obvious at this point in time, and especially when it comes to people that you've already dated or you're still dating, or you know what I mean. Like, that's a hard sell. Like, how can we ever get to hit there when we still stuck here because we haven't resolved whatever the issues were in the first place? You feel me? We can't build an empire if we stuck in on the farm.
True. That's why, as adults, communication and understanding. When the games and the bullshit and the playfulness is done, it's seriousness needs to set in. And seriousness is two people communicating about their love, their connection, their feelings, their future. That's a real shit. Most people don't do it because, oh, I just feel good. I just feel good. You make me feel good. I make you feel good. There has to be a point where the business of love, the business of the relationship, and saying business makes it seem harsh, but there has to be a point where we need to make sure we're on the same page and we're headed to the same
Right,
destiny.
right. And so I think that although I may have dabbled in a double back over the years, I think at this point in time, though, and it's not a decision because of a man, but I think it's just a decision for me. And that is a very important part of it, too. Making the decision for you. What's right for you? What do you need? What is it initially that you need that's going to keep you in your happy space? And I'm trying to stay in mine. So, yeah, some things. It's some people that be lurking. And like I said, it's not no man that's stopping what that was. It's you. Well, I guess there is a man. You're the man, but no other man outside of what you did is the reason why I feel the way that I feel. It's not because, oh, you got a man, so you got no. I cut you off because you're a jackass. That's never gonna be the solution to this to my issues with you. Like, oh, get another man because he no. If I get a man, it's because he's good to me and he makes me feel like I'm safe and where I'm supposed to be. It ain't gonna be because, oh well, I gotta get over you, so I gotta get on another one. I know that's an old saying and shit, but that shit don't solve shit. That shit don't solve a motherfucking thing. As a matter of fact, when they do you grimy, take a break. I recommend like a year. I do. It's almost like rehab.
Yeah.
Take a break. Become one with yourself. I say a year bare minimum, but if you leave it to me, I took like 3 or 4. Just take a break before you even start thinking about seriously dating anybody. Because in that way, you can get to know who you are again, and what you will and will not deal with, what you don't want to deal with, what you can deal with, what you can, with your, you get to know you. Take a break. Ain't no rush. The right person will be where they need to be at when it's time for them to be there. But anyway, it's time for me to get to these love notes. So we having these conversations. I'm just saying, Doc, a break never hurt nobody. Just
No,
take a break. Take a break.
you say it
Just
all the
chill.
time. You're the only person that can make yourself happy. They just think that's
Yeah,
crazy.
take a break. Become one with yourself again. And then once you do that, like then consider. I'm not even saying then jump into one. I'm just you can start considering again. You feel me? Just take a break. Take a break. Um, anyway, it's time for me to get to some of this love I gotta give. First, anybody who watched the show or might watch the show later, I want to thank you. That's called live and replay love. Thank you. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the love and support. That's anybody watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Rumble. You are greatly appreciated. Thank you. But these people I'm about to talk about, these people I'm about to get to right here, I love them. And that's why I send them love notes. Oh, I can't wait till I find a song. Doc, I'm waiting on the day. I wanted to come in like the love notes and I wanted to be, it gotta be switched up, but I wanted to come in like that, something like that. Anyway, these people, they come from wide and far across seas and oceans and stuff, all kinds of natural disasters, but they still make it here. Listen, they make it here, and I love them. And so I send them love via notes, but the note is my voice on this podcast. That's how that really goes. But anyway, how did we come up with the title Love Notes? Oh my gosh. Doc, you and I have come a long, long way since then. I love the growth. It's amazing. But anyway,
Growth.
growth. I love growth. I used to call it love. Doc used to call it show notes. We bickered back and forth. We did the whole Brazilian man, Brazilian woman thing. He's not Brazilian, nor am I, but he gets the inside joke. And then we came to the compromise because we realized that there's no love without compromise. So we came to the compromise, and now we call this thing our vows, love notes. Doc also said I had a stack of papers the size of a composition notebook. I did not. It was a lot of papers though. It was. It was crazy because I almost printed out just my notes for the night show, and I was like, no, because Doc now get ready to be talking about me. Um, so I was like, I'll just read it on the screen. But I didn't. It was just a lot of city, states, countries, and stuff. No, we don't do that anymore anyway. Yeah, Doc, I thought about I was going to print it out like and read it, and I was like, nah, I ain't going to do that. I'm going to just read it from the
What's that?
screen.
A show note? Is that a show note? That's a show note.
Actually, it would be a show note in that instant, but I was like, nah, not today. But we don't do that no more. Now we do this, man. and then Iraq. Cause yeah. I almost missed all my booze, but I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning into this show. Listen, the only kind of double back I want is them. I like their double backs. Extraordinary stuff. Extraordinary stuff. Listen, ain't nobody got time for this other stuff. You ought to be ashamed of yourself at these big grown ages. All right, let's get back to what Doc had said. I got me fussing like somebody grandmother. I don't even know.
Not somebody grandma.
Ah, listen, like somebody got you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Anyway, let's get to what Doc has said. Doc has said, top flight, catch the vibes. Sometimes in relationships, there are no round trips. Stay where you land. I'm just saying, it was better there. You should have thought about that when you got the round trip ticket. Now you stuck. All right, my bad. My bad. I'm sorry. You know you want to say stuff and I'm going to be triggered because now I got to say, listen, worldwide, just know love will find you in time. It will. And when you are healed and ready, time will find you love and being in love. That's all I'm saying. Take your time, baby. Because mama used to say, take your time, young man. Because
Don't be the
mama
one.
used to say, don't you ask it. Oh, that was a jam. That was a jam. Live your life. Oh, sorry. That was a jam. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. I'm sorry. Um, hit that like button, tune in radio show, live show, get the app. What Doc has said, listen, babies, listen. My name is Kat Lee, and I definitely approve this message. Yes, I do. I do. And I got a double bling. Stop playing. Bling bling. Let's get it. Um, but yeah, man, don't take your time. And if you do go through a breakup, just take a break. Become one with yourself again. Heal. The only way you can get into your next relationship and be happy is one, you gotta be happy with yourself. And then if you're not healed, how are you happy? So just heal before you jump into another one. That's really important. Healing is everything. Healing coming from a healed Libra, healing is everything. Um, yeah, I don't do too much these days, and I ain't playing with nobody. But my healing came from some alone time, some much needed alone time. So yeah. All right, time for me to say the things that I'll say every evening before we wrap this show up, which is, let me say these things first. Join the conversation. You can do that by calling in. The number's 443-551-5963. 443-551-5963. You can shoot a text. You can call in. Or you could just drop a comment and it'll be live on the screen. Everything else is everything else. Yeah. Hit us up, contact at ambitiouslyent.com, contact at ambitiouslyent.com, or you can hit us up at ambitiouslythepodcast at gmail.com. Either one will do. Join the conversation. I'm sorry, join the conversation. Check out our website. I'm sorry. www.ambitiouslyent.com, www.ambitiouslyent.com. While you over there, join the coffee community. And let me tell you why. So we can have salacious and titillating and taboo conversations. And it's so much more that I wanted to say. I'm trying to refine myself, even though it was time for me to cuss at the end. I was happy about that. But I'm trying to refine myself for the YouTube efforts. It's really just them. But there are so many more things that I wanted to say in this conversation that we were having today. But I refrain. And so, if we want to dive a little deeper into these conversations, you should join our coffee community so we can have the salacious and titillating and taboo conversation. Also, I can cuss whenever the fuck I feel like it. Say fuck, shit, bitch, all that whenever I feel like it. That's why I want you to go over there. I do. Remember to always like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Wait, like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. We need every like, every share, every subscription that we can get. We do. We need them. We want them. We want more of them. Give it to me. Give it to me. Oh, I was a little aggressive. Listen, big shout out to our residential DJ Rukazi. We love you. We appreciate you so much. Great work on last week's mix, and can't wait for this week's mix. And I need y'all to let us know how you feel about the mixes. How do you hear the mixes? Well, you can go back, watch some replays, just to let you know it's only 30 minutes that you get from me on live podcast. But you can go over www.ambitiouslyent.com. Scroll down, hit the play button, and you'll hear it. Let us know how you feel about it. We would love to know. And while you at it, if you need bookkeeping services, check us out, laboriouslybookkeeping.com, www.laboriouslybookkeeping.com. Yes, and I'm diving deeper than I've ever gone before right now. This bookkeeping thing is a thing. But anyway, yeah, I had fun as well. After all the what I would quote as dumb questions were asked, and we really got into the learning aspect of it, I had a great time in class yesterday. But I
Awesome.
digress.
That is
You know,
great.
stay at school though, people got to get all their stupid questions out. It's like, did you not read the syllabus? Did you not read the emails? Did you not purchase the book? Type of questions. Yeah, but
Got to be prepared.
yeah, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Let them know.
Listen, my homework is already completed for the work and for the week. I've read 2 chapters of the book already, and I'm gonna go read those 2 chapters again. So I'll be prepared for class on Tuesday. Again, you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. All right. My bad. All right. I was going on a tangent. I'm sorry, everybody. It's not as studious as I am, but whatever. Anyway, listen, it's time for me to really get to the things. Really get to the things, which is mind your business. Except for Meeting Mondays, where I tell everybody's business because I'm nosy. I'm nosy as hell, and I want y'all to be nosy with me. And it's the safe way for y'all to be nosy is if I'm the extra nosy one, and then I come telling y'all all of the gab. That's safe that way. The tap in, I try not to tell people's business, but since I am in sporty cat mode, I'm telling people's business. It's warranted, never intentional, except for when I'm in sporty cat mode. It's very intentional when I'm there. Um, sorry. Um, listen, wet and wire. I'm definitely telling. I'm well. No, I'm. The wiretap. If you have a court case and you're disgusting, depraved, foul, sinister, heinous, dumb, stupid, an asshole, a jerk, a fucking idiot, fucking I don't know if I said insidious, but if you're insidious, um wait, am I supposed to no, that's your word. You're supposed to say I'm supposed to say diabolical. If you're diabolical and just oh man, that go I'm sorry I stole your word, but go ahead.
You could. You could be wicked. You could be ominous. You could be threatening. You could be malicious. I'm gonna say dark. If you're just a dark person, you don't know what you did in wrong in the past, and you still carry that to this day. You got a dark cloud over you. You could be dark and think you're moving forward in life. It may not work that way.
Mm-hmm. Sure can. But if you're any of those things and you have a court case and I can pull it, which I'm pretty good at doing, so probably odds are we're gonna read it because I'm pretty good at it. I told you I'm a sleuth. We gonna find it and we gonna get it and we gonna read it. And it's your fault because you should have a court case, whether it be federal or criminal. I mean, criminal or civil. Just don't have one, and then I won't read it. Sorry, I read court cases. Um, Now, White and Wire, as you can see, the conversations can get a little, you know, interesting. Um, but at the end of the day, it's more so me and Doc's business because you're telling you where we coming from. I points of views. So yeah, I guess that's our business. Cattails. I gave you a little bit of cattails today because I did insert a lot of my personal business in there. But if you happen to make, I didn't tell anybody's names at all. I said no names, and I could have. I could have been like, you did it, and this is why we having this. But I didn't do that. Now did I? I change everybody's names. I do. Um, if your name was Bill, your name would probably be Mike later. Like I changed the names. So the only way they know it's you is if you insert yourself in the conversation, and you be like, "What?" Then they know it's you. Or you decide that you want to approach me about having a conversation. Although I changed your name and nobody fucking knows it's you. I'm going to tell it then because you shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's retarded. That's retarded. Don't do that. Just, just don't do that. It's stupid, dumbass. And what you said, Doc,
A hit dog will holler.
they will. Roof, howl at the moon and holler, bitch. I don't know what you got to do, but if you call yourself approaching me, it's over for you. It's over for you. So just don't say nothing. They ain't know it was you until you decided to step up. Now, like, you gonna step up to get back down. My nigga, like, sit down, have a seat. Anyway, but mind your business. It's a safe way to live your life. Safe way to live your life. Love your babies. Hug your babies. Tell your babies that they are the freaking GOAT. Encourage them babies. That's your job. Oh, hold on. That's your job. I don't know why you're not doing it if you're not doing it because you're a jackass. And you belong in the power with all the other jackasses, the people that call themselves saying something when they shouldn't have said nothing. Because I thought a punk bitch said something. Or the people who got court cases and they all them nasty little names and stuff. But you in that category with them if you're not doing your job as a parent and being the best parent you could be. That's how I feel. Now we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect, but our number one job is to make sure them babies do something fantastic with their lives. And the way you get to that is just encourage them and having their backs and letting them know that they are the goal. If they want to work for NASA, tell them the best astronaut, engineer, receptionist, janitor, secretary, whatever the fuck else they do over there at NASA. I don't know. Never worked there. But get yourself a telescope, a good one. Not the kind that you look through your neighbor's windows with your perf. Stop doing that. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm on a roll with these ought to be ashamed of yourself tonight, but you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Don't do that. Get a good one. Comes with scopes, beams, lenses, sometimes apps if you get one like mine. High Nat Geo. Put it together. It does require a little bit of tiny bit of assembly, not much. Put it together. Take it outside. Go discover some shit with your kid. Maybe you'll see a comet, a meteor, an asteroid, a whole. I hope they all going past you though. You're not coming towards you. That's frightening. A planet that they say is not a planet anymore, but fuck them. I'm going with my own synopsis that it's still a planet because why is it a planet? I had to build a solar system. It's a fucking planet. Fuck you. Sorry. I'm sorry. Um, maybe you'll run across a UFO, and if you do, this message is not necessarily for you, but for the beings that are beaming you up or down. I don't know which way it is anymore. Um, and they're gonna probe you. And when they do, they're gonna get this. They're gonna receive this information. I, Cat Lee Wu, do not want to go unless there's a planet better than the planet that I live in on right now. Fuck you, I don't want to go. But I do have a neighbor that's ripe for the plucking. She's ready. Come get her ass. Probe away. I'm still waiting. I've been asking y'all to do this for a while now. Y'all just playing with my emotions. Anyway, I done seen her today. I'm tired of seeing her face when I walk out my door. Shit. Anyway. If they want to work for NASCAR, tell them to be the best NASCAR driver, pit boss, pit crew member, commentator, engineer, because they got those too. I don't know what else they do over there, but what I do know is they have a need for speed, and at one point in time, the muscle car was king, and baby, the muscle car word. I would forever and ever and ever and ever be king to me. Yes. They say put the pedal to the metal. They was talking about them, not this fiberglass bullshit y'all driving today. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It wasn't all about computers back then. It's just pure engineering. Okay. But whatever the case may be, whatever they want to do, encourage them babies have their backs. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It is now time for your fair warning.
The following moments may contain explicit language.
May is not a fucking factor over here. It definitely fucking is. I just do that to be polite. Here's your warning. Stay the fucking your lane. Your lane, my lane, not the fucking same. Stay the fucking your shit. Over there. I'm over here. Okay? You jump in my lane, you and get something that you do not want. And tonight's show should just prove to you what kind of person I am. Because I've laid it on the line that I don't give a fuck sometimes. I don't. And so with this message, it's me giving a fuck and telling you that when I don't give a fuck, is the problem. When I don't give a fuck, it's ugly. That means you jumped in a lane that you should not have been in. You do that, you're going to get something. You're going to get her. She's very frightening, by the way. She's not nice. She is not sweet. She is not kind. Do not break the glass. Do not push the button because you're going to get her if you do. You don't want her. She's not nice. She's not sweet. She's not kind. You don't want her. I'm trying to. You don't want her. Oh, I promise you don't want her. Let me get where I need. I'm gonna put this on the screen early. You want her. You want her. She's nicely kind of cuddly. Oh yeah, she is. Oh yeah, she is. And plus, you get a 2 for 1, a 2 for 1, a two for real. You know that when McDonald's used to have the 2 for 2, that was a great deal back in the day. But anyway, you get you get a 2 for 1. You get the meow, and then you get the AU big purr bitches. AU big purr bitches. Oh yeah, yeah. You want the last two. You don't want the first one. She's not nice. I'm trying to tell you. Plus, what usually happens when you jump into other people's lanes is a collision. And who the fuck needs that? I don't need that for me. I don't need that for Dot. We don't need that for you. We don't need that for we. So just stay the fuck in your shit and everything is cool. Everything is cool. Yeah. Yeah. And then that brings me to my next point, which is pick and choose your battles wisely. Every battle is not a battle for you to fucking fight. Some battles you gotta be like, fuck that shit. Have that shit. Bitch, I'm coming back to win the war. I mean, that's how I say it. Don't keep fighting the battles and losing the battles, and then now you can't even come back to fight the war. Petty Boots, Baby Caligula, Little Boots, aka Drake. This is don't do that. Don't do that. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. Plus he lied and he just proved it more and more every day. And I've been saying this for a minute. He lied. Kendrick said it with so much conviction. He lied. He said he studied rap battles for a living. I don't know how much money you made from studying them because it don't look like you studied to me. Now I know your money came in elsewhere, but that ain't where you got your money, bruh. That ain't it. Because if you did study rap battles, then you need to refer to these gentlemen because they're very versed in rap battles. But what they said was in another song, this is just to let niggas know that there's a war going on outside, and that no man is safe from it, and that you can run, but you can't high five in these streets that we done took. They said Drake. They said Petty Boots. They said Baby Caligula. They said little boots. That you were walking with your head down, scared to look. They said, bitch, you shook, because ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Mama say, Mama sigh, Mama sigh. Okay, got it together. Worry about the war. Fuck the battles. Like, fuck them battles. They mean nothing. Live to fight another day and win the war. That's my game plan. I don't know about yours. Be you. Be amazingly you. Be genuinely you. Be authentically you. Be ambitiously you. But whatever you do, be you, baby. Be you. Even if they say they hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, and the way that you dress, you got to deal with the walking part. That's just how the fuck you walk. And be the best dressed weirdo ever. Okay? But the talking thing, you can help that shit. Don't start no court cases for battles that you involved yourself in. Don't make up fake ass accents that everybody knows is not yours, fam. Um, and shut the fuck up. Just shut up in general. It's not a conversation you should be a part of. Just shut it up. That's how you help them the talk thing. But the other two, just let them be what they're gonna be. Like fuck them. I want to dress like a weirdo. Hey, fuck it. I'm a well dressed weirdo, bitch, and I walk weird too. Look at me. Look at me. Um, but yeah, that's how you fix that. Listen, remember what they eat don't make you shit, and what you eat don't make them shit either. So like, fuck all that shit. Fuck it. You can't make people happy. Happiness starts within. So if they have the disdain to just be miserable, let them bitches be miserable. We'll talk about misery, dumbass, later, a little bit later on. But just let them be miserable. Now, if they gonna let you sprinkle your pixie dust, because I'm not saying happy, because that sounds just crazy.
Good vibes, y'all. Good vibes.
And they gonna let you sprinkle their pixie dust and tell you to think happy thoughts. Or you're allowed to tell them think happy thoughts, and they start floating in the air, then you know you've done your job. Yeah, you've done that. I'm in my Tinkerbell mode of life. Like let me sprinkle it on you real quick. Um, you came in this world by yourself. You're gonna leave by yourself, even if you are a twin. Except for those that one type of scenario. I'm not gonna discuss it. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how that works, but yeah, that's how it usually goes. Um, so just worry about focus on what you got to do for self. That's the main point of that. No matter how much you try to fix it, make it better, right? They're gonna find something that's to nitpick about anyway, and especially if they're miserable. And I keep telling you, misery, you know that bitch love company. I tell her get back. You're not even my type of people. You're not the type of people that I like to hang around. I don't like miserable bitches. Get back. Cause not I, said the cat. Get the fuck away from me. Now, the last thing I'm gonna say is this. Dream big, dream so big that your dreams exceed the universe. Don't let nobody tell you that your dreams can't come true, because they can. They absolutely can. But what you need to do is when you realize and visualize the dream, plan and execute, because that's the only way it's going to happen. That hard work that you put in, that's going to be the defining moment, not what they say. Fuck that. Um, and that's that. Doc,
Yeah.
it's like, thank you for another
No.
lovely evening.
Well, thank you for having me as usual. I thought that was a very insightful, enlightening, and a very blunt conversation.
Yeah,
People,
sometimes
people,
you gotta have them. Sometimes
yeah.
you gotta have them.
And I think people should take heed to it. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
but sometimes you gotta have it. I'll listen. I'm a little crazy, but I got a lot of good goddamn sense.
Okay.
So I might be a little, I mean, off my rocker sometimes, but I bring it back. I bring it back.
Okay.
Anyway, y'all, we want to like to thank you for getting wired with us today. You feel me? We got wired. Um, and to all the listeners and viewers, we thank you for tuning into another episode of Wet and Wired Wednesdays. No, they're rare, but when they come, they come. I'm here on Ambitiously, the podcast. And Yeah, we gotta catch y'all the next time. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. If you are gonna get in trouble, get a good lawyer. Have them on retainer. Safer that way. But I don't want you to get in trouble. Not at all. But just have a good evening. We will be tuning back in tomorrow evening for the tap in because we had to switch the days. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for the tap in. Be ready for the final exam and then whatever shenanigans I'm bringing to the table because you never know. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. And with that being said, y'all, we got to get up out of here. I got to go. I got motherly duties to tend to.
Trash night.
And it is trash. I was about to say that. You beat me to the punch. And it's trash night. We got things we got to do. We'll see y'all tomorrow, though. All right? We up out of here. Love y'all. Bye.